The Conservatives are nearing the end of the year with a massive more than 20-point lead in the polls. But with the House of Commons now adjourned for the holidays, opposition parties will have to wait for another opportunity to try and defeat the Liberal government while the Donald Trump presidency looms. Conservative leader Pierre joins me live now ahead of another busy day on the Hill. Mr. Poilievre, thank you so much for making the time. Appreciate it.
Great to be with you.
I guess we'll just start with the big news of the day. Justin Trudeau is expected to shuffle his cabinet. Just your reaction, Mr. Poilievre, to the changes we've seen on Parliament Hill this week and the changes expected today.
It's a chaotic, costly clown show, and Canadians are paying the price. Justin Trudeau has lost control of everything. He's lost control of the borders, lost control of immigration, lost control of spending, deficits, inflation, housing costs. He's lost control of crime and drugs. And now he's lost control of his entire government, with 60 of his own Liberal MPs saying he's not worth the cost. His deputy prime minister and finance minister resigning the day she was to deliver a massive $62 billion deficit in the out-of-control economic update. And, while this clown show might be entertaining to watch, Canadians are paying the price. All these Liberals, not just Trudeau, all of them have helped to double housing costs, double the national debt, double the number of people forced to go to food banks, double gun crime. And now we have a prime minister who is weak and unable to govern. We need an axe the tax election so we can elect a common sense conservative government that will take back control of borders, immigration, spending, taxes, housing costs, and put Canada first.
The NDP has said very specifically that it is not willing to trigger an early election, as you have been calling for, because it believes a Conservative government is going to gut the programs that it fought for, social programs like pharmacare and dental care. Can you unequivocally tell Canadians right now, will a Conservative government cut programs like the dental care program?
Well, first of all, why wouldn't the NDP be running to win the election? If they think that Canadians support them and their promises and programs, then surely the answer would be to trigger an axe the tax election and win it. And if Jagmeet Singh wins the next election, I will respect the result. But clearly he knows that he would be rejected by the Canadian people because he has sold them out to sign on with Justin Trudeau and help double the debt, double housing costs, unleash crime and chaos in our communities. He has voted to quadruple the carbon tax, which would grind our economy to a halt and mean that food would no longer make it to our grocery stores as our trucks are no longer able to afford diesel. So what we need is an axe the tax election so common sense Conservatives can bring home a government that will put people back in charge of their lives. As for these programs, well, the pharmacare program hasn't given out a single jar of medication, a single pill. The so-called dental care program, according to the government's own numbers, has not helped 97% of people.
Well, no, 1 million Canadians, more than 1 million Canadians have access to that program, have received coverage to that program. 89% of dentists in this country, according to government numbers, 89% of dentists in this country have signed up for the dental care program. Would a Conservative government gut those programs? Would a Conservative government cut the dental care program? Can you tell the 1 million Canadians who are right now receiving coverage under that plan whether or not they will continue to have coverage under a Conservative government?
So, first of all, you've revealed your own bias in simply accepting government propaganda. We don't know how many people have actually benefited from it. Is that just because you say so, sir? Is that just because you say so? What evidence or data do you have that we cannot trust those numbers? Oh, where do you want me to start? You could start with Monday. Were you awake on Monday? Their deficit was 55% bigger than they said 8 months ago. So we can't trust what they say on financial numbers. Their carbon tax was not supposed to go above 11 cents a liter, and the media parroted those government talking points like you are right now. And the tax is now up to 17 cents, and it's headed to 61 cents. The numbers on immigration. They tell us they can't even tell us how many people are in the country illegally. So when the government puts out a propaganda piece to the media, which then gets regurgitated without any scrutiny, claiming that they've done all of these wonderful things, I'm suspicious. I want to see the evidence. Even if it were true, what you've just admitted is that 40 million people have thus far got nothing from the program. So let's get the actual facts before Canadians, and let's make judgments based on the reality rather than on government propaganda. And that's what you're going to get from me, a government that actually looks at the real numbers and the real facts, not dishonest propaganda from Justin Trudeau and the NDP Liberals.
Respectfully, that's still not an answer to my question, but I do need to move on. Before the House adjourned, Conservatives did say that they would commit to help passing an urgent border plan in the face of Donald Trump's tariffs. The border plan that was revealed this week, it will eventually need to be voted up or down on. Does the Conservative pledge still stand today? Will you support passing an urgent border plan?
Yeah, we should bring the Parliament back today.
Will you support the border plan that was revealed?
We'll look at it. We'll see what it does. Again, we're not going to do as unfortunately the media has done, and one of the reasons why the media keeps losing so much credibility is because they simply regurgitate what the government says. We want to know how many helicopters, how many drones, how many boots on the ground this so-called plan would reveal. We know Trudeau has lost control of the border. He has allowed tens of thousands of people to come in illegally. He allows fentanyl ingredients to come in legally into this country. Those same ingredients have killed 47,000 people. So we need to know what's in this plan to reverse the damage that the NDP Liberal government has done to our border. But better than that, I think if you want to take back control of the border, of immigration, of spending, and take back control of your life after this disastrous 9 years, what we need is an axe the tax election so that we can elect a strong, smart government and a prime minister who has the brains and backbone to put Canada first.
Okay, Mr. Poilievre, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. I've run out of time. I do appreciate you making the time here to be on VT this morning. Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you.
Happy holidays to you as well, sir.